What's up? What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm on my way home right now from work. I actually left work a little early today, to my surprise. And I just got a call from somebody somebody that I know who's anticipating buying a supercar, you know. And this person has an everyday, they have a 9-to-5, they have a 9-to-5 job. They make really good money. They have a lot of money saved up already. That they're making investments and different things like that. So they know, they're making proper use of their money. They manage their money well. And they're at the point in their lives where they can afford a supercar and they want to buy it, Who would know? Who would think that a person who has a 9-to-5 job would be able to afford a supercar, but they have one, but they're going to buy one, they can afford to buy one. And this just got me thinking, like I mentioned in a previous video, that I'm just about ready to go ahead and get myself something nice. Right now I'm driving in this car right now. It's a 1999 Honda Civic. Before that I had a 1999 Honda Prelude. I got into an accident in that Prelude, and that's another story that I can tell. Maybe in another video, but I got into an accident in that Prelude, and I could have fixed it. It wasn't nothing too bad. It wasn't total. I could have got it fixed, but I just was tired of putting money into that car. I had the car for maybe 3 or 4 years, and I just put so much money into maintaining that car, and that I decided it was time to go ahead and just let it go, So after that accident, I didn't put any more money into that car. I donated it, and I will be getting money back on my tax returns for me donating it to a charity. But yeah, man, it's just thinking about it, man. One of my best friends, it's a guy I grew up with. He's one of my very best friends. And when I was going through a hard time emotionally, he helped me through those emotional times, talked me through certain things. But even, as weird as it may be, I guess people say that we have a bromance or whatnot, And so, I was at a point in my life where I kind of just let certain things go. I didn't cut my hair or anything like that, which I normally don't even cut my hair too often. I'm not one of those guys who has to have a haircut every 2 weeks, I don't have to always have a fresh cut, And, but at this point, I was just letting everything go. I let my beard grow all the way out, and I let my hair grow out to an afro. And I just wasn't really taking care of my hair at all, And even though he's the type of guy who does make sure that his hair is cut, and he makes sure that he's, groomed all the time, But, he grew his hair out kind of, I guess, in support of me, to show that he cared about me and what I was going through or whatnot, And so, we kind of do things together in that sense, Like he has a motorcycle. He has a 2003. He's had a 2003 Suzuki Gixxer 600. It's the Telefonica edition. And when I decided to get my bike, when I finally had a chance, I finally saved up enough, finally had money to go ahead and get my own bike. I pretty much got the same bike. It's just not the Telefonica edition. So it was I got a 2002 Gixxer 600, Suzuki Gixxer 600, and but it just wasn't a Telefonica edition. So it's basically the exact same bike, you know. And you know, I could have gotten anything. I could have got the same bike as my brother. I could have got the same, you know, I could have got something else. I really wanted to get an R6, Yamaha R6. I also was looking at a, what else was I looking at that time? I think I was looking at a Honda CBR 600RR as well. All those bikes around the same year, and they're around the same price range. And so I was, you know, trying to choose between those three bikes, and I chose the exact same bike that my buddy has. One of my best friends. I only have two best friends, and he's one of them. And so I really only have two friends, really, to tell you the truth. I consider my cousins to be my friends because I grew up with them. And then, of course, my brother is pretty much my best friend. But outside of my family, I only have two people who are my friends. Everybody else can kind of be considered an acquaintance and somewhat of a friend. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they wanted to build that relationship with me, then I'm all for it, you know. But of course, you know, you just don't get along with some people. Some people you just don't get along with. So these two are two people who, one of them I grew up with, and I got along with them really well. And another that I didn't necessarily grow up with, but I met him later on in life, and we basically just kind of like, you know, we became best friends. You know, just we started. That's a whole nother story. But you know, we met later on in life in our adulthood, and we became pretty much best friends. You know, he's one of my two best friends, and so. The guy who I grew up with, you know, now he just hit me up saying that he wants to get this car. And it's a luxury car, you know. He's saying like we should do it together, you know, we should both go in and both get the same exact car, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the whole bromance thing or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Something that we could do together. And it's a dope car, man. It's a ridiculously nice car, you know what I'm saying? And I can afford it. I know that I can easily afford it, and he can easily afford it. It's very expensive, but it's something that we can, both of us can afford. And so, you know, he's like, I'm gonna get one. You should get one too. You should both get one by this particular time. And man, I want to, but the car is a luxury car, and I'm not necessarily a luxury car type person. Now, the one thing that's making me want to go ahead and get the car is that I know that I should get that versus getting a sports car. So that lets you know right there, I'm a sports car type of person. My dad grew up with, you know, posters of Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Porsches and everything else, you know what I'm saying? I grew up seeing posters and stuff like that plastered on the walls of our house or in the garage or whatnot, you know? And, you know, I remember my dad had a Lamborghini remote control car, him and my uncle, actually, his brother, they both had a Lamborghini, remote control cars, and I always wanted to play with their car. I was only like 5 or 6 years old when they had it. But I always wanted to, you know, was trying to get my dad to let me drive it, you know, use the remote control or whatnot to control the car. So I just grew up loving Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Porsches and, you know, Bugattis. Like I remember when they first came out with the first Bugatti, not the Veyron, but the, I forgot what the name of it is. I think it's called the EB2 or something like that. But yeah, man, I'm a sports car type of guy. I'm a supercar type of guy. If I got something really expensive, I would want it to be a supercar rather than, like, if I was a millionaire, the car that I would get wouldn't be the new Maybach, you know what I'm saying? The car that I would get, and it wouldn't be the Bentley, it wouldn't be the Rolls Royce. If I had one choice to get of a car to get as a millionaire, it would be, you know, something that's that expensive. It would be a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or something like that, you know? I don't know about the Veyron. I don't really like the Veyron too much, but, you know, something that's around 200 to 300, $400,000 or $500,000 car, you know. I would rather spend that money on a supercar rather than a luxury car, you know. But my friend, you know, he likes the Ferraris and all that type of stuff, but he's more of a luxury car type of guy, you know. And so, with that being said, it's kind of a hard choice because I want to get the luxury car that he wants me to get, or, you know, that he wants to get for himself, and he's saying that we both should get it. And I'm sure he's not necessarily, I don't think he'll be butthurt if I decide I wanted to get something else besides the car that he's saying that we should get together, you know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal, I'm sure, but at the same time, it would be dope if we both had that same car, you know? But yeah, man, and so it's kind of my not necessarily a dilemma, but it's kind of a hard choice for me, you know, because, and so here's the con for the sports car, is because I've paid off within my driving experience. I've had about $20,000 worth of speeding tickets, not speeding tickets, but just tickets, period, you know, so driving violations and whatnot. And so, you know, at one point I lost my license because of it. I didn't have a license for 2 years, and you know, at certain points I was driving without my license, you know, just so I can get to work or whatever the case may be, things that I needed to take care of. And I got pulled over without my driver's license and got even more tickets, and, you know, made matters even worse. So that was one of the biggest mistakes that I've had in my life, and got into a lot of trouble with the law because of tickets or whatnot. Not necessarily, you know, I've never been to jail or anything like that, and I've never gotten into trouble with the law as far as a criminal history. I don't have no criminal history or anything like that, but that's the trouble that I've gotten into with the law is with driving violations or whatnot, many driver violations. And so, with that being said, my driver's license isn't necessarily in the best condition. And so if I did decide to get a luxury car or a sports car, I know that it wouldn't help the condition of my driver's license. I know that even though I'm the age that I am, I'm a little bit older, a little more mature now. I do have a lot more driving experience. I definitely can say I'm a better driver than what I was when I was accumulating all those tickets. I'm more aware of the police and how they work, highway patrol and, you know, district police or whatnot. And so, or city police. And so, you know, I understand, you know, I have a better sense of driving, but there's that notion, or that's that feeling that, man, one day I'm just going to decide, or not one day, but, you know, I like, you know, my friends tell me I have a metal foot, you know what I'm saying? And so I do like to speed. I like to drive fast. You know, that's part of the reason why I got the motorcycle, is because I like to be able to go fast. You know, it's an adrenaline rush or whatnot, you know. And I grew up just loving sports cars because of my father's love for sports cars, you know, supercars or whatnot. So with that being said, even though it's probably in my best interest not to get a supercar or a sports car. And of course, right now I can't, I'm not a millionaire, so I can't afford a $200,000 sports car or anything like that. So of course I wouldn't be getting anything like that, but it's a pretty good price, the supercar that my friend is going to be getting. And so it's up there, man. And so with that being said, man, I have been looking for a luxury car, more so because of the fact that it'll be something that I can kind of I will feel how nice it is. I'll sit inside the car, I'll feel how nice it is. I want to relax. I think that with me having a luxury car, I would be more in a relaxed mode, like even with me having this car, the car that I'm driving right now, 99 Honda Prelude or Honda Civic, it's a stick, and my last car was a stick. But with all the cars that I've had, I've always felt the need. Come on. That's another reason why it's time for me to go ahead and get a new car, because I just changed the clutch on this car about 8 months ago, and here it is, it's acting up again. And I have not, I drive pretty crazy every now and then, but at the same time, I haven't done anything to damage the clutch. And I know how to drive a stick. I've been driving it for a long time, so. But yeah, I am ready. That's the reason why more so I should go ahead and grab a luxury car, because of the fact that I think it'll help me to relax. So, yeah, guys, so it's getting dark. Can't see my face. I'm sitting here in traffic right now on my way home from work. So it's kind of I can't make up my mind exactly what I want to do. I know as closer that my friend gets to getting his supercar, and the closer that I get to purchasing my car, I know that I'll have my mind made up by that time. But man, supercar, man. I kind of want to more so go with the supercar. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, guys. So down in the comments below, let me know what car you guys would get. Would you get a luxury car? Are you more of a luxury car type of person, or are you more of a sports car or a supercar type of person? And if you know the specific car, put that down in the comments below as well. Can't wait to talk to you on the next video, or I can't wait to see you in the next video. Make sure you give this video a like, a share, and subscribe to my channel. And remember, stop eating all them hamburgers. Stop eating all them hamburgers. If you stop eating them, I'll stop eating them too. Okay? Can we make a deal?